We started back in 2009, introducing the crop in Spain. The reason we did this is because we did first search of potential crops that could be sustainable to deliver low-cost, high-volume feedstock for the aviation industry. So we selected Camelina because it can grow in temperate climates. So that means you can leverage on existing industrial infrastructure. So you don't need to take investment on that side. It's already set. The most important thing for us, both from a sustainability and also from an economic standpoint, is not to displace any other existing crop. We targeted marginal land in Spain, so that is regions in semi-arid land in Spain with very high risk of desertification. So that's typically land in the southeast and the northeast with very, very low rainfall. We're talking 200, 300 milliliters per year. And these are regions which are basically characterized by the fact there's a very high amount of fallow land every year. So, and the reason why that happens is that the farmer sows barley 1 year, and then he leaves a fallow land period for more than 15 months until he goes again and plants barley. So that's a very long fallow period, and the reason is because there's no oilseed alternative for that farmer in that region. So in our model, we provide our planting seed, these new varieties that are better suited for this type of cropping system, and we support them during the crop cycle, especially during sowing and harvest period, for setting their machinery to be able to make sure there are no losses. It's more a social barrier. People that have been doing a monoculture or with a cropping system which is barley and fallow for decades to understand that that is causing quite a bit of problems from an environmental perspective. Not only the fact that you have the soil fallow during 15 months, which creates huge erosion issues in these regions in Spain, but also by the fact that having always the same type of crop grown again and again and again ends up depleting the land in terms of nutrients, creates a problem with pests as well as with weeds. It's much more difficult to, at some point, get rid of or treat these weeds if you're always doing the same type of crop. Basically, although we only do Camelina, we're not saying that Camelina is sustainable. What is sustainable is this particular cropping system. So what is very sustainable is the fact that you're targeting marginal land, fallow land periods, and you're replacing that. So at the end of the day, you're generating the feedstock, the sustainable feedstock for the aviation industry, and at the same time, you're generating the byproduct of the crushing of Camelina, which is Camelina meal, which is the highest protein content vegetable material produced in Spain today, with a very high level of protein. It's almost 40%. So that goes into the animal feed industry, which at the same time replaces mainly soy importations from abroad. One of the assessments we're doing within BIOA4 is the amount of marginal land that is in southern Mediterranean Europe. So that's 8.5 million hectares, which is a great amount of land. And then only in Spain, if you focus on the amount of fallow land, you have 3 million hectares every year of fallow land. That accounts for 50% of Europe's fallow land. And if you take the fallow land in these marginal regions or semi-arid regions with high desertification risk, you're talking at least 1.52 million hectares of fallow land in these marginal regions, which is, again, a very large amount. Basically, we see anything between 500 kilograms and 2,500 kilograms because I mean, the land yields very different yields, not of Camelina, of every crop. So if you take fallow, we cultivate in land that is producing 1,000, 2,000 kilograms of barley per year, and up to for maximum 5,000 kilograms of barley, because we estimate that once you go beyond that, this particular cropping system is not the best suited anymore. And there are other alternatives that are more competitive. So it's a significant potential volume for the sustainable aviation system.